Very good. Welcome to our weekly Hero Boost video series where we take the people who inspire us at Team World Vision and we let them share their stories with all of our runners at Team World Vision in San Antonio as we prepare for our race in December, and we come on this journey together through fundraising and training for the event. This week, I am so excited to introduce to you guys one of my heroes, Dr. Greg Allgood, who is our resident water expert here at World Vision. Greg, thank you so much for being on today's conversation.
Brian, I'm glad to do it. I'm such a fan of what Team World Vision does and all the runners that support the effort. So my pleasure.
Very good. So for those that don't know Dr. Allgood, he is the Vice President of Water for World Vision. In this role, he leads our establishment and alliances with various corporations, foundations, and individuals so that we can enable World Vision to bring access to clean water to millions of people around the world. And prior to joining World Vision in 2013, Dr. Allgood was the founder and director of the Procter & Gamble Children's Safe Drinking Water Program and a senior fellow in sustainability. Dr. Allgood was with Procter & Gamble for 26 years and led its efforts to provide safe drinking water in the developing world, oversaw P&G's global emergency response efforts, and helped manage their partnerships with the Clinton Global Initiative, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, UNICEF, the World Health Organization, USAID, and other nonprofit organizations. He has a doctoral degree in toxicology from North Carolina State and a master's degree in public health from the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, where he did research in water quality. So all that to say, Dr. Allgood is our resident water guru here at World Vision, and anything he has to say is going to be worth listening to today as we ask him a few questions. So without further ado, I would like to begin by just asking you, Dr. Allgood, tell us how great the need is for clean water and sanitation in the world today, especially the developing world.
Well, it's a huge, huge issue. There's 663 million people that don't have access to clean drinking water. So just to put that in perspective, that's about twice the population of the entire US. It's 1 out of every 10 people in the world that don't have clean water. If you look at the impact of not having clean water, that's also huge. It makes it public health issues. In fact, more people die from the diseases related to unsafe water than die from all forms of violence, including all wars that are going on in the world right now. So it's a big problem. Sanitation is even bigger. The lack of people having a toilet. About 1 billion people openly defecate in their yards and in their environments, which also is a big reason that there's related to unsafe drinking water. So it's a huge issue.
It's heartbreaking, and I know oftentimes at Team World Vision, as we get up in front of churches and we share that need to be able to hear it from you too. It means a lot, and it means a lot to our runners. World Vision is a part of a larger effort around the world in making an impact on the crisis itself. What kind of dent are we making into that 663 million and to the needs that are there? What efforts are out there going on right now?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because while the need is huge, our impact as a global community has been tremendous. In fact, since 1990, over the last 25 years, reached 2 billion people with clean drinking water. And there's only 0.7 billion left to reach. So the world has come together last September, and they agreed a goal for actually lifting the entire world out of extreme poverty. There's a long list of specific goals, but one of those goals is that we should have clean water and sanitation for everyone by 2030. And all the experts agree that of all the goals that are going to be met, the one that's most likely that will be met is the one for clean water. This is literally within our grasp. And it's generational. It's like, I don't know what the equivalent will be, maybe landing on the moon. Our generation has the ability to solve the global water crisis.
It's amazing. And so what part do we play in this? At World Vision, our runners getting to be a part and partnering with World Vision and asking others to come and be a part. What part does World Vision play in this? How are we unique and significant in these efforts?
World Vision is playing a big role, and I'm glad you asked the question because it really is what distinguishes World Vision from other water NGOs and other groups that are working in this space. You mentioned that I had a long career at Procter & Gamble, then I started my second career. I chose to come to World Vision for very specific reasons. One is the scale. When you're talking about hundreds of millions of people that need to be reached, it's time to reach people at scale. World Vision is the largest not-for-profit NGO providing clean drinking water in the developing world. In fact, we now reach more than one new person with clean water every 30 seconds, one new person every 30 seconds. So we're at a tremendous scale. The second reason is we're the largest water NGO, but we're not just a water NGO. In fact, World Vision has this comprehensive community development that works with communities to help them meet their needs. Many times that's water, sanitation, hygiene, but it's also, it may be education, it may be health, it may be improving livelihoods. So it's whatever's needed in that community so they can lift themselves out of poverty. So we're more than just a water NGO, and the benefits of that to our water work are tremendous because we take the time in communities, typically 10 to 15 years, to build the community ownership that's needed. We know that World Vision water points continue to flow for decades. A major study conducted by the leading academic group, the University of North Carolina in Ghana, showed that World Vision water points continue to function at a very high rate, even after 2 decades. And it's because of this deep community involvement. And then the last reason, Brian, that I know you've seen it, anybody who's been to the field and seen our staff, what sets us apart is the love that our staff and all the World Vision employees have for the poor. And that makes a tremendous difference in communities.
Amazing. Thanks for that. I have been to the field many times, and it is so encouraging to see communities take ownership of our programs and to see the love of Jesus flowing out from them. You know, many of our participants are afraid. They're afraid, whether it's through the training that lies ahead as they're taking on new distances that they've never done before, and they're afraid of asking people to come and partner with them on this journey and to support what matters to them in doing this race and supporting clean water programs. What advice would you give them as they're facing these fears over how to ask people to donate and be a part of this?
Well, there's probably nothing more important that you can do than to help give someone clean drinking water. It literally transforms their life. And for only $50, we provide water that lasts in communities. And so, you know, I just encourage people to think about the person the life that they're going to transform. And as we started, this is a crisis that will be solved within our lifetimes. And you want to be a person that's there that says, I made a dent. You know, I helped people have clean drinking water, and now the crisis is over. So we want you to be part of that. I know it's tough to ask people to give, but ask with confidence that you're making a tremendous difference in people's lives.
Thank you so much. You know, if I were to have watched this video today, and you've run through a number of fantastic points, whether it's through the impact, whether it's through the needs that are there, the great need that's out there, the impact that we've had just in the last few decades in making a dent to the crisis, and then the value that World Vision and the impact that we are making by being a part of this organization has been fantastic. If there were any, you know, couple takeaways, if I were somebody new to this that I could walk away with, what are a couple points from today that you think are the most important, the most devastating to each of us in our hearts as we take away these points?
It's a good question. There are a lot of numbers, and we've thrown a lot of numbers at you. But I'll give you 2 more. One that that motivates me is that there's nearly 1,000 children still that die every day in water. Nearly 1,000 children. That's a tragedy. And the biggest part of that tragedy is this is something we know how to solve. So 1,000 kids a day. The other number is that I think of personally motivate me is one of the last times I was in Africa, in Kenya, I spent time with a woman named Naomi. She used to walk 7 hours a day. And that's unfortunately very common. In aggregate, women and children spend 125 million hours a day hauling water. And it's backbreaking work. They're like beasts of burden. There is no opportunity for education. There is no opportunity for enjoying your life if you're spending 7 hours gathering water. Her walk now is 7 minutes. So that 7 hours, or you can turn that into 7 minutes or less because of the work of Team World Vision and participating in the race.
Dr. Allgood, I am incredibly grateful for you to take time out of your busy schedule today and talk to me, and in turn provide this message to so many of our runners. And I'm inspired just hearing you explain the numbers all over again, and the impact of these being real people, real women, real children has again just reignited it in my heart. So thank you so much today for being part of this conversation and having such an amazing impact. You inspire us on a daily basis. Thank you so much.
Brian, thanks for the opportunity.
Appreciate it.